Welcome everybody to the Imperium Cup. I'm your host CJ, and in this game we're watching Kerpen in the first position, Arkhanaut in the second position, Marty in third position, and Shadowblade in the fourth position. This is Group J, Week 5. And just for everyone's information, the weeks just signify a game that has to be played. It doesn't have to be played during that week, so that's why you'll see some games earlier on and Week 4 earlier on. It's just to denote which game is being played. And so we have, for our leaders, we have an interesting row. Elisa Ikaz, Beast, Yuna, Memnon, Tessia, and Countess Ariana Thorvald. So two, top tier leaders, and then a couple of, ho-hum leaders. So it's going to be interesting to see. We'll see which ones to pick up. Probably Beast or Tessia in fourth position. Yep, Tessia in fourth. We see a Fremen Camp in the row, an Imperium Ceremony, really love this card. Arrakis Recruiter, Chani, Esmar Tuek, and for our techs we have Artillery, Holtzman Engine, and Holo Projector. So some pretty good tech as well. Someone to go combat, we got some Spice Must Flow strategies going, and we have some general flexibility. So that's good. We'll see what these players are going to make of that. Waiting for Marty to choose. The choice is really, I think, between a Beast or a Yuna. He's going to choose Yuna. Ooh. I played Yuna in the most recent game. I didn't do so well with her. I think she's used to be quite good, and I don't know if the new pick order helped or hurt her, even though I got Swordmaster round 2. There was just some lack of intrigues in my game. We'll see if Marty has better luck than me. We see a Beast in first position. That's really interesting because that Artillery may be screaming his name. There's some good fighting cards here too. So the Fremen Camp is quite good, and Esmar Tuek, look for that to be picked up, if not nuked. And our opening hands. Beast has both too much of a good thing. He has the ring and both his access cards. So that's going to be interesting to navigate. Next round he's going to have double daggers, double convincings, and his other experimentation. So that's interesting. It might be a rough second round. For Memnon we have Diplo, no ring, which you definitely want round 1 too. He's going to go shipping, try to block round 2 Swordmaster, which makes sense for that's the meta nowadays. Oh, let me open the scoreboard here for y'all. There we go. And we got the good old-fashioned full space. I mean, why deviate, right? Yuna is going to Wealth. Makes a lot of sense. And Tessie is probably going to hit up Secrets here. Secrets or Water from Still Suits. I mean, it's... any of those are fine. Oh, she's going into combat. This is the bump combat. And that's interesting. I don't know. I guess you don't want anyone else getting it, so there's that. But they run the risk of getting locked out of water doing it this way. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Action is on Beast, and Beast is going to ring, go into combat, probably, I would imagine. Throwing 4 troops into combat can't be beat here, unless Yuna throws 3 troops in. And that would only result in a tie. Wow, he can actually diversion right now if he wants to. I think you do. So to throw those in, throw the diversion, get the second rung, right? Go up one more time? No? Okay, he's passing. I think he probably should have done that. Diversion's a really interesting card. A lot of people poo-poo it, but it is a fine card. He's already passed, so it's a little too late. Unless he's asking people if he can place a thing. Doesn't look like it. Also, if I'm sniffling, I really apologize. I am sick and doing my best to commentate while sick. Memnon's going to tech negotiation. Makes sense. Interesting here that Memnon's not playing any of his experimentations. I should probably look at the Tyaxu row. There's Subject X137 and Industrial Espionage. So he's looking to get a 5-cost card. So maybe an Esmar Tuic, a Chani, or just blow the row and try to hit Master. We shall see. Only 2 Persuasion for Beast here, which isn't great. Very, very curious opening from Beast with no access plays. They're going to be one whole round behind in access, and maybe they're going to be trying to make up for it. Oh, wait, you can't do that. You can't do that. In a single turn. Yep, he's realizing he probably should have done that there. That's okay. We all make mistakes. In fact, I had that card in my game and I played it and probably should have held it. So Arkhanaut's gonna probably, I don't know, Esmar is great. Picks up Esmar. Esmar's solid for Memnon. Really like the extra spice in Solari. It helps accelerate your game plan really fast to get High Council. You really want to take over with the techs with Memnon. And he's in a good position to do that. I think you pick up X137. X137 is like legitimately a good card. It gives you a beetle, and then every time you have the first DNA marker... Wow, he's going to pass. I don't know how I feel about that. This is like an engine card. You definitely want those beetles. Marty's not going to have enough to do that. Yuna, rather. I'll call them by their character names and not by their person names. I've heard that that's harder to follow. Tessia picks up Imperium Ceremony. So they're going to be getting a lot of intrigues. Going to combat. Everyone passes, and this gets resolved as is. Pretty cheap 1 spice for Yuna. It's fine. A very expensive fight for Tessia. Very expensive fight, and a very expensive fight for Beast. So Beast can restock their garrison pretty quickly, but that's not really what you want. You don't really want just 2 spice, unless you're going to be going for some high techs early on. We'll see, though. We'll see how they navigate this next couple turns. They're going to have a really awkward hand. There it is. Memnon with the ring is going to ship. No, is going to fold space. I mean, this is almost forced, right? You kind of have to. You could let Yuna take it and go shipping instead. It's not terrible. There's not a whole lot of other options. You could go to Haga Basin and get 4 spice, and then go buy Holtzman. Like there are engine paths here where you do it that way, like ring to Haga Basin, throw kind of a couple troops in, then dagger up to tech negotiation. There's no guarantee tech negotiation is going to be around, but you do have a negotiator up there. Okie dokie. He's still deciding, and for Memnon, like, there's no 2 water, so if you went and got water, everyone's being very aggressive here. I'm just surprised. Everyone's being very aggressive. The other option is to... Well, now he can't ring to Haga Basin. So he's giving up shipping to win this combat, which is a pretty big decision. We'll see if it comes back to bite him, because having access to interstellar shipping with Memnon is very nice. And no one else has it, and won't have it for a little while. At least one more round. No, at least several more rounds. Okay, well now Tessia has it. I think Tessia is now the player to beat. Discarding the dagger and getting the extra spice. Tessia's play here, very strong. I mean, pretty standard fare. Get your first bump, get your first snooper. Now you have access to interstellar. You can ring there, you can go down with shipping. I don't know if you really want to go down with shipping, but you could. You could, and you could get a water. if that's what you want to do. Okay, here's Memnon. Gonna go to Carthag, try to make sure that this combat is theirs. No one else is getting in there. Beast does not have their ring. Everyone should know that. The pickup here is Study Melange, which is quite strong, but it's hard to turn on at the end of the game. Usually gets played for its spice. I think if Memnon had taken Subject 137, they would have had a better chance at turning that on. Tech negotiation for the Beast. What does that signal? It's interesting. Not picking up the artillery is an odd choice to me. But we'll see. We'll see if that comes into play here. Advances on the beetle track. Reveal for Memnon is going to reveal a dagger, so they are far out of reach here in this combat, which is good. They're going to pick up a liaison. Yeah, that's fine. None of this is particularly special. The Nuke of the Row reveals Duncan, Idaho, a still suit manufacturer, a clandestine meeting, which is okay, Sardaukar Legion, which is pretty good. I'd like the still suit manufacturer here over the Sardaukar Legion, especially as Yuna. Yuna needs to get their water online, or they can starve. They're going to pick up the Sardaukar Legion instead, revealing a Court Intrigue. I like that card. I like Court Intrigue. Assassination Mission turns up. Reveal for 5, excuse me, for Beast and 1 dagger. No one else is in this combat. It's a very cheap water and spice for Beast. It's a fairly cheap combat. Oh, look at that. Here's Web of Power. Now Tessia has something to nuke if they aren't going to get this. Pass, 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 pass. Memnon takes it down, and we're going to round number 3. They're just going pretty fast. This is a fast game. So yeah. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Tessia has drawn their Imperium ceremony, which is nice. The Sardaukar Legion did wheel in Yuna's discard to hand, so that's nice. Memnon has their fold space. That's kind of it. And then Beast has their ring. So Beast is going to be looking to go combat here. I don't know if this is the combat they want to do that. Round number 3. They could get their Swordmaster. Yuna's going to get their Swordmaster here. They have no rush. No one is bothering to keep them in check here. Oh, nice economic positioning for Yuna. That is a very, very fortunate pickup. Very fortunate. One of the best end games for Yuna, since she produces so much Solari. There are many games you can just end with too much Solari. Tessia has both their access cards in hand, so they're going to go get this Spacing Alliance and maybe ping away at Emperor. That gets their next snooper. I like it. Now Beast has to commit here. Are they going to go try to get their Swordmaster next round? There's a double cross. The awkward thing about double cross here is it puts Beast under Swordmaster. So Swordmaster is 8 Solari, and if he plays that double cross for this combat, he won't be able to buy Swordmaster in the first action next round, which is unfortunate. He does have the option to Hardy Warriors here, which could put this out of reach for most of the players. No one really has any combat intrigues, so of course nobody knows that. Action is on Marty, Yuna, and Yuna is going to go Swordmaster. Pick up 2 troops here. Feel pretty good about this. I mean, Yuna is in a good position. They could potentially take this combat. No, no, they can't. They could limp into this combat. Interstellar shipping for Tessia picks up the alliance with the Spacing Guild, and that's pretty solid. Make sure that they do research. Did they do that? They did. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Beast is going to be going to Wealth so that they can play this double cross. So that no matter what they do, if they get second place or first place, they're still going to be able to get Swordmaster. So that's a pretty smart play. It's a good heads-up play. It's a good heads-up play. Everyone's been pretty timid in these combats, so it looks like these are going to be pretty cheap. Blackmail is the pickup for Memnon. That could be a feature here in a little while. It's a very, very good combat card. It's essentially free most of the time. Some spice for Yuna is going to put 1 or 2 troops in. Probably 2. Yeah, this is going to cause some problems for Beast, although they'll still be able to get their Swordmaster. It puts Yuna up to 7. Gain 2 Slayer from Research Track. Okay, actually, no, they'll be able to get their Swordmaster too, but they'll be behind the Beast. So Beast has to hope to hit a dagger, and they have a pretty good chance to do so. Tessia picks up one of the best cards in the game, Web of Power. Very, very strong. And Subject X137. I think it's interesting that this card was sitting in the row for so long. Guild Impersonator is up there now. I like Guild Impersonator with Memnon, because you can graft it to his ring. The big problem is Tessia is already at the Alliance, so if you get it like early, it could be nice to contest that Alliance, but usually the Spacing Alliance goes fast. This is a little unfortunate for Guild Impersonator, because I like the card and the flavor's neat. Beast is going to pick up a Liaison, 2 of them in fact, which kind of signifies to everyone that they're kind of giving up on track climbing and hoping that like maybe Spy Satellites comes up. They're going to try to go a Spice Must Flow. Oh, there's a nuke for a Tleilaxu Master, and that is being picked up right away by Memnon. I think Memnon, creeping back into this game, Arkhanaut, doing a great job navigating these rows and timing it. Tleilaxu Master, very, very strong. He won't draw it for another 2 rounds unless he research stations, which I would probably do if I was in his shoes. There it goes. And there we go. Beast has no points? What's going on there? There it goes. Fixed. For y'all. I don't know what it was doing. Arkhanaut's deciding whether they want this combat, but they're going to pass. Yep. Yuna, even though during her turn, during her turn, she gets an extra Solari, it is not your turn when combat happens, so interesting. Secure Imperial Basin is the next conflict, and that's going to be a good one. I like this conflict. I think it's my favorite of the level 2s, maybe besides Machinations. Swordmaster of Tessia. Beast is just a little behind. Mentat instead is going to find a stillsuit manufacturer. That's a nice pickup. Keeping him neutral on water keeps him in the combat, I think, so that's nice. Beast needs to get some tracks going. Like I said earlier, they passed on using their access cards early on, so they're like two rounds behind in terms of faction access. Maybe their plan is just to like buy tech and then try to find spy satellites. I don't like that strategy, because you like most of the time don't find it. So it is on Memnon to decide what to play, and it's probably going to be an experimentation here, holding this Tuek. Interesting choice. He could have used Tuek here and then gone up, but getting the experimentation research bump is very strong, and you should always do it when you can, even if you have a better card, because it eventually gets you a point. Eventually. Shipping for Yuna. It's going to ship down and pick up... we'll see where they go for influence, but probably pick up the Solari, yep. Have to decide whether they want to take the Solari. I'd probably go for shipping here. I mean, you eventually want to get it, but you're not going to get it for another 3 rounds, probably. Maybe that's not worth it. So just getting the Alliance makes sense too, and takes the Solari. Up to 17, so looking pretty good. Gonna use the ring now. Her ring ability gets her another bump, and a troop and a spice. So they can throw in 3 troops. Try to take this down. I mean, this is not a great combat to limp into because 2 players are sitting on 6 or more spice, and they can both highliner. Of course, neither of them has access to highliner, so there is that. This would be a good one for Beast to highliner if they had it. Looking like a tech negotiation for Memnon here. I think Holtzman is my favorite Memnon tech, so let's see if they get it. It's going to be combat for Beast. Kind of a piddly combat, just 2 troops, not very strong. Not strong. Gonna draw. Pick up a point. I am surprised that they drew, actually. But they found their Tleilaxu Master, and that might have been what they were looking for. Very, very lucky. Very lucky. Sometimes it's all about being lucky. Position 2, Tleilaxu Master. Pretty strong. We might see a Memnon going on to clear the house here. Now this study melange that Memnon's holding looks like it could potentially work. Even though they're kind of giving up this combat. It's very possible that Beast and Memnon just tie here. I actually think that if I were Memnon, I would use blackmail for a point here. Even though they're low on tracks. It's a very low on tracks game. Very interesting. I think I'd do it. A point's a point. Actions on Yuna. And deciding what they're going to do with this diplomacy. Hasn't been a fight for Bene Gesserit. This might be a Bene Gesserit play. It's not. It's a water play. Nobody wants to go to Bene Gesserit, apparently. Wow. Thinking that that's it. Like, this is going to do it? I don't know about that. It's pretty sus. I mean, there's 5 other intrigues out there. Tessia is racing across the experimentation board, but they're going to get caught here by Memnon. Memnon with his Tleilaxu Master. Could go up and get the spice. I don't know if he really needs to. Also, let's keep in mind that Memnon and Beast have a tech negotiator for some reason they haven't used. They should probably consider doing that. Now Holtzman engine with the Tleilaxu Master looks all the more appealing. Beast draws, finds reinforcements. The game is telling him to combat. The game is telling him to go to combat. Might see a double cross. I don't know. Beast is getting set back he's pretty heavily here. Taxed on his Solari. Spicy has tons of, but just needs to be able to use it. Again, I'm kind of surprised that nobody has gotten this Holtzman engine and no one's revealing any techs, because Holtzman's a great tech. It's very strong, and no one's picked up the artillery, which also is a great tech. It's free, pretty much. I mean, it is free if you go to tech negotiation. Water of Life's the pickup for Memnon. Great, great card. Memnon getting really lucky on the intrigues. Tessia not so lucky. The research bump is fine, but oh, Yuna is the one I had on the research track. That's cool. Green's deciding what to do here. Actually not. They're just moving their stuff around. Yellow is going to Carthag. Carthag here probably is going to give him this combat. You got to throw everything in, though. You have to throw everything in. Yep. He's thinking about it. So that means that Memnon won't be able to play as blackmail, but that is fine. They can do it later. And Yuna's a little behind anyway, so if you give up a one combat to Yuna, it's not the worst thing. Tessia is soaring across the beetle track here. Still questions what Beast is doing with their life. Double cross and reinforcements. They could win this combat, but they're not going to. Memnon's looking good. About to pick up a point with BG. It is interesting they're going down on the research track, so they just really want that. They value that influence bump and the extra Solari, I guess. Everyone's going to pass here, and it's going to resolve like this. The tie for third place. So that was pretty good if you're Yuna. Yeah, on to round number 5. The combat is Trade Monopoly. Trade Monopoly is a cool combat, but you really kind of want it earlier on. It's probably best for Beast right now since they're already sitting at level 1 on the shipping track. Beast is first to go. The question is, are they going to take advantage of their spice now and their Solari? They can't be too greedy, can they? I guess they can be a little bit greedy. So this is not the combat you want to be going Highliner, but it is what it is, I guess. Hate saying that. Kind of doesn't mean anything. Now we can diversion if he wants. Obviously, he showed it earlier, so the diversion he's going to play. So I don't like this play at all. I think I would have preferred to go smuggling first, and then ring to like Carthag or Arrakis, and then drop it with the diversion. So right now he would have been able to put in 2 other troops if he did it that way. Little unfortunate. Now he has to go and do it the opposite way, which is clumsy. Here's a Water of Life. Memnon's going to draw 3 cards, of course. He wants to hit that Master again, and does he do it? No, he does not. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. He has Spice Must Flow, but he opts to not get one. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going to need Tech Negotiation here. Tech Negotiation for Holtzman, and then buy a Spice Must Flow. Is that the plan? Shipping for Yuna. Obviously, she needs more Solari. Makes sense, makes sense. You're going to take the bump. Get their alliance, most likely. Nope, going to get into interstellar shipping. Okay. The only person they're going to be fighting it is Memnon for that, but they are set up to take that next in 2 rounds. Tessia is going to draw 3 cards and trash another one. Tessia's looking good. Tessia and Memnon both looking good. Beast needs to get together. They are getting left behind. And this isn't the combat you want to go in on. Okay, he's going to get sword. This is curious too. Why do Swordmaster with the dagger? Why not do it with the dagger? I think you dagger, it gives you a lot more flexibility. Is he thinking of playing the experimentation next? It is going to be the Holtzman engine. Ooh. Shuttle fleet shows up. It's a nice pickup. I think anyone would really like that right now. Yuna would love it. And she cannot do it quite yet. Beast can't do it either. So, interesting. What's Yuna's play? Not for Spice Must Flow, clearly. They don't have enough water. And they don't have access to Siege Tabor. Carthag. Okay, oh, that's a nice one. Throw those in. Definitely throw those in. The pickup is Gruesome Sacrifice. Gruesome Sacrifice is very strong. These Beetle cards are very strong. Yuna now in the lead, 4 points. Beast still without a 1. Okie dokie. This is a nice play from Yuna. I really like using the Emperor track to get troops in. I think it's a very fun and clever way to do that. Eking out troops wherever you can. Yuna's gonna play, or Tessie's gonna play their other full space, drawing more cards. Probably gonna buy a Spice Must Flow. 2, 3, yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Oh, easily. And a Beetle. Easily. Great hand for Tessia. I mean, they've done a good job managing their deck. They have very strong cards. Beast is in a research here, but it's a little bit bad. I think do you want to do that? You're giving Yuna more spice. Okay. Okay, Beast is going all in on this combat. They've committed the the fear of losing this has totally rocked them, and they're gonna make sure it's theirs. Yuna doesn't really have anything they can do about that. They're gonna get second place. The charisma pickup with Yuna is fine. It's a good one for late game when you're just trying to get Swordmaster. Spice Must Flow for the Memnon, of course. Last reveal is putting them very close to being a round 7 winner if they can get there. They have to go through Yuna, and Beast is probably going to have something to say about that. The action is on yellow, on Yuna, and I think they're debating whether they want to take a bump somewhere with diplomacy or whether they're trying to research, because they're so close to the end of the track. I'm not sure what I would do here. I think I'd take the bump. Be like at 0 with the Bene Gesserit. She could take this combat as well if blackmail isn't played. No, I'm sorry, not blackmail. If double cross and reinforcements... Double cross. Reinforcements is not in the picture here. Beast has, in the process of getting their Swordmaster, made reinforcements not a thing. It's a Dreadnought for Yuna. They're going to pick up this shuttle fleet. Wow. It's expensive. That's expensive. Gets him a point and half a point. Yuna is going to opt to pick up this secrets. Now, Yuna just picked up another bombshell chome shares. Now, or son Yuna, I keep calling her Yuna. Tessia is going to reveal for Spice Must Flow, go up a bump. That's a point. That's 2 points. Chome shares is 3. Can't quite end this round. Can't quite end this round. But Tessia now seems to be in the driver's seat. Tessia, one of the most powerful leaders in the game, for being able to ascend the tracks as fast as one can ascend them. I didn't mention, but there's a troop transports now in the row. Not sure if that's something somebody wants here. Both Beast and Memnon are potentially able to get that. Where's Memnon? Memnon's sitting at a potential point with Bene Gesserit. He's got some work to do with the Emperor, and he could have a run at the Alliance of Fremen. We'll see if that's what they're going to do. Here's the Bene Gesserit point here. Picks up a strategic push, which is going to do nothing. But it could come in handy next round. It could. Beast has revealed and decided not to play. Yellow is going to sacrifice gruesomely their troops for science. And Beast is still going to take this one down. So they're going to go up and down. Most likely they can go down up to... They'll get their first point with the Emperor or Spacing Guild. Spacing Guild isn't great because you're still behind 3 other players for the interstellar shipping. He's going down up. Not interested in troop transports. Okay. That is interesting. So what is Beast hoping for here? Is he hoping for wow, okay, Memnon just drew the nuts. All right. What is he hoping is going to happen here? He's got no access. Not enough spice, so he can harvest some spice and then go do what with it? I don't know. We'll see. I think it's a very bad hand for Beast. The management of the deck hasn't been that great. But, you know, maybe they can pull it out. We'll see. This is round 6, so they're going to have to hurry it up. All right, so Memnon is going to pick up troop transports. So this is weird. I mean, it's fine. I don't know if it synergizes with what they're doing, but they do reveal an invasion ships, which Beast and Tessia might really like. Tessia can just go get that. Still has 3 actions behind. They could end this round. Just need 3 points. They are lurking on Emperor. Lurking on Emperor is 1 point, 1 point for Chome shares, 1 point for Spice Must Flow, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have calculated higher that they could do as well. I think they could end round 6 and that would just be game over, right? This Tessia is probably going to end this round. So they need to hit up research station. They've cut both of their daggers, so no worries about drawing a blank. Yeah, so I think that they're in the driver's seat here. Oh, never mind. Yuna's got it. And now Yuna has enough for Spice Must Flow, for sure. Game might go on another round. If Tessia manages this combat, which they could do. They manage this combat, they get a point, and they get Spice Must Flow. Or they get their Emperor point. They don't even need Spice Must Flow, they just need the combat. So Tessia is going to go to Haga Basin. Huh. What are they doing at Haga Basin? Oh, aren't they going to hit up Conspire instead? So Conspire makes sense, actually, with what you're doing. Hit up Conspire. Get the Solara you need for Chom shares. Get the point. That's 2 points. And then you have to somehow get a point from this. That's a tall order. It's a tall order. So now what's Beast going to do here? Beast has to put his beastly hands down and say, this is where y'all don't pass. Okay, very good combat card. The Fremen camp comes out. So now it's more looking like Beast is going to seal this combat off. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Memnon's going to go get the alliance here. So now it's not going to end this round. And now Memnon looks like they might take the game. It looks like they might take the game. They have no more actions, though. Are they still on no Swordmaster? They have Swordmaster. Which I no doubt mentioned in a previous round. Tessia deciding what they're doing with this combat. Water and a troop at siege. So take the... spend a water. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I missed what happened. So you... How did that happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, what? Oh, they finally got their Emperor faction reputation. Could have sworn they already did that, but I guess not. No, that was their plan to go up that way. Okay, that makes sense. So they went down and then went up. Okay, just double checking. Makes sense. So now they aren't going to end because of the heroic exploits of Memnon, but they may, in fact, be running away with this game. Because Tessia's going to be at 9 points at the end of this round. You still have 2 actions left. They need some Solari. Point for Memnon on the Beetle Bump track. Couple of Solari for his troubles. It's Memnon and Tessia right now, a 2-horse race, and we'll see if Yuna and Beast can catch back up. I don't think Beast is in this. I think they're out. I think they're out of this game. I'm not sure what happened. Just neglecting the tracks, I think. Going into combats that didn't get points. Beast is definitely going to be playing this double cross this round. They need this point more than anyone. There's a chance they catch back up. They are lurking in Fremen, lurking in Emperor. If they get this point and then like a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer next round, yeah, that's potentially game changing. They could catch back up. That's the cool thing about Dune. You can always catch back up most of the time. It's going to be an artillery for Yuna. Interesting. I don't know what that does. Do they have any daggers in their deck? Not really. Okay. Excuse me. This question is whether double cross and reinforcements are going to seal the deal. I think a reinforcements is probably not enough here. I'm really curious what Beast is trying to do by getting more spice. What they just want the point. I see. Okay, they just want the point. That's fine. So they're not getting all the way to the end of the Beetle track. Everyone's pretty far on the experimentation track, though. That's interesting. Usually one person's like lagging behind, but everyone's pretty close. Memnon's about to get another point from that track as well with the Beetles. There's a Spice Must Flow for Yuna. Picks up a Vicious Talents, which is pretty spicy for them. 6 power for nothing. There's a Beetle point. Very nice, very nice. Where are the other points going to come from? They need to get a couple of points in the next combat, but they're not set up to do that. They have no water. They've got hardly any spice. They are lurking in Bene Gesserit and in Fremen, so that's 2 points. They need to get 1 more point. They're holding in hand, but they need also Solari to do that. There's a lot to think about for Yuna. Tessia, however, I think just needs to go Conspire. I don't see what else you're going to do. You could Highline here. I don't know if I like this. I think I would have Conspired. Yeah, Highliner would meet a Vicious Talents in a second wave. Though the second wave isn't that great, but... not second wave. I'm thinking of Strategic Push in the hands of Tessia, not in Yuna's hands. I keep getting them mixed up. And also Counterattack. Counterattack, great card. There's a guild. Oh, that's a really good pickup. I think you do that now. Right? Because you're about to get stolen. Yeah. Oh, they're passing. Here's reinforcements. Beast says, "This is my combat." You have to reveal. And a dagger puts him at 21. 4 to buy. Not going to buy anything here. Although if I was Beast, I might actually consider buying this Guild Impersonator because it gives him access to the guild, and getting access to guild next round could be the, you know, the only way to get back into the game through a highliner. That might be it. There might be no other options. Shadowblade passes, Tessia passes. Everyone passes a point to the Beast, which is a very bloody battle. Very bloody battle. This double cross probably could have done it, honestly. Tessia and Memnon are the front runners. There is Yuna, though. Memnon needs to draw cards like crazy. Probably going to see a Mentat from them. Where did Beast go? Oh, they just drew their hand. Beast has access to blues and Fremen in a green. It's not super great for them. They could buy Spice Must Flow 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Nope, they're one short. Very unfortunate. I don't know. I think they're out of this game. And that puts us into the realm of who is going to do what first. Tessia has no access to the research station. They have one beetle bump. Is that enough? No. They got one bump somewhere. They could take back this alliance from Memnon and end the game that way. I think that's what we're going to see. You saw it here first. Okay, Interstellar for Yuna. That is a very good one here. They need the money. So up, down? Do they go up, down? And if so, why do they need holo projectors? I don't think they do. They need Solari, though. Which could help Beast, maybe. I'm not sure if it does anything. Up, down. Gonna pick up this holo projectors? He doesn't have to. He can get the spice. If he gets the spice, he can get any of these and try to win this combat. But okay. Holo projectors it is. They have one access card, which means they're going to be able to get one of these points from Bene Gesserit or Fremen, and unfortunately not both. Unless they take their bump, right? They have to take their bump. I think you just have to risk it at this point. Like, there's no way. I mean, both of your alliance with Emperor is super at risk. Yeah, okay. It's the greed play is to just go up with Bene Gesserit. Okay. So, we're on the Beast's turn. Beast really only has one play, and that's to the Fremen. They need their bump, and I think they have to threaten Tessia with going to Research Station now, and just hope she doesn't have it. I don't know what else they could do here. I think that's the only play. The other option is to go invasion ships, rather. Or spaceport and try to draw into Spice Must Flow. I don't like either of those options. I don't like this option either. Red is way behind. They draw 1, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. They have 9. High Council, Memnon gets a bump, seals this off. Yeah, there we go. Memnon OP. Very cool. Love it when players play Memnon and use their ability creatively. It's a nice way to do it. Does that give them a spice must flow? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. It doesn't. It does not. They need spice as well. Memnon's not going to be able to do what they want. They need an extra spice and they need more cards. So they can't do both. And Arakine's taken. So they might be in trouble here. It might be between Tessia and Yuna. Yuna takes this down, the game still ends. Does that game still end? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a lot of options for Tessia to end the game right now. They were trying to get that alliance, but couldn't get there. They don't have access to Fremen twice. They only have 1 bump with Fremen. So it might go another round. Or Yuna might end it here. If Yuna wins this combat, game is over. Yuna from behind. Coming out of seemingly nowhere. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Yep, 4. Yep, 3 plus the 1 from the ring. Got their Fremen bump. Oh, they're going to get both. So, wow, Yuna might just get this here. Using their ring to get the bump. Showing us how it's done. And I think that might seal Tessia's fate here. Because although they have a lot of great cards in hand, there's not a lot of extra points to get. They have 1 in hand. They need to find a way to get to research station. So I think here... Do they do anything? Does anything matter? I'm really not sure. It might be kind of out of luck. Beast might take this combat, though. If Beast takes this combat, it would be pretty amazing. I don't think that's going to happen. Because Yuna also has Imperial Basin Advanced Weaponry. Although... There's Chamarki. This is going to be interesting. Yuna does not have enough Solari for the point in hand, so what are they going to do with that? What are they going to do with that? I think it's worth it to do what they did, but... I think the game might go another round? Is that possible? Is Beast going to just go into combat here with 1... He can't get everything. There's no way. There's too many combat cards in Yuna's hand. And Tessia's hand. So... There is a holo projectors. Maybe they should holo project first. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I think I would have drawn. I think I would have drawn. It's a bump, but does the bump get you anything? No, it doesn't. It does not. That I think they should have gone to selective here. They had outs to get. Did they have outs to get Spice Missile this round? They have 2, 3, 4. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't. That's a huge pickup. So the secrets play to for Yuna and they got a little greedy, and now we're sitting on. They gave up 6 swords, which is a big deal. They gave up 6 swords. Game ends, I think, this round. If Yuna wins it, Yuna wins. Never had so less points. That's weird that it kind of set, like, censored his name. I wonder if that's a swear word in some other language. I don't know. I'll have to ask. Beetle bump point for Memnon Spice Must Flow. They have a rapid mobilization, but that does diddly squat. That does nothing. They have an extra point from Holtzman, so it could not come down to tiebreakers here. And Tessia might win on tiebreakers. Memnon has to hope that, well, that's a terrible draw. Memnon has to hope that the daggers in hand and the counterattack and the second wave are enough to get done for Yuna, but I don't think they are. I think Yuna's a little bit too late to the party. Yep. No, 2. Yep, 2 spice. So tiebreakers could decide it, but I kind of doubt it. They're thinking about tiebreakers here. What if Beast comes in here and wins this combat? There's very little chance that's going to happen, but you never know. I don't think so. They're gonna have to give it all they got, but they got nothing. Too many daggers in Tessia's hand. I think is gonna seal the deal here. This economic positioning, sadly, is just not enough. It's really too bad. Really, really too bad. Think that they're still going to get second place. Yuna's still going to get no. They might get third place here. Third place because of Memnon's Holtzman, which they can clearly see. A Kingmaker. Oh, interesting. I don't think you're going to be a Kingmaker here. I don't think so. It's a good shout, but well, now counterattack is going to get played. I don't think anything is going to stop this. 1 dagger. 12 daggers should get it done here. We're going to see Tessia take it down. Wait for what? Oh, he's gonna blow the row just cause. Yeah, okay. Sure. There could be a lease on Al Gaib or something like that. Which is another spice, which could matter. Okay. Strategic push is going to, or sorry, second wave is going to put 1 troop in. What happened there? That was weird. They should be, yeah, 2 more. Oh yeah, artillery. This is going to go all the way through all of the combat cards. Advanced weaponry gets played. And then Vicious Talents is going to seal the deal. And that's it. And that, folks, is the end of the game, and the winner is going to be Tessia Shadowblade. He's going to take this one down. Second place is going to be Memnon, unless something weird happens with like a intrigue. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the Imperium Cup.